Welcome, everybody. We are live. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to scale a cleaning business to $10,000 a month. This is the math nobody shows you. This was inspired by the cleaning business goal setting system that was coined by Noah Kagan and his framework for goal setting. For those of you that don't know, Noah Kagan was the 15th person hired at Facebook, and he's the founder of AppSumo, which is a multi-million-dollar software marketplace. They create really clever apps that a lot of people use for marketing, specifically to raise the customer acquisition rate. And he's a very clever guy. And I've been following Noah Kagan for a while, and he has this goal-setting framework that I've sort of, I guess the best way to say it is I've applied it to the house cleaning business. And because I've applied it to that, it's shown me a clear path on how to scale a cleaning business to 10K per month. And this is the math that nobody's showing you. So let's get on with it. The show is brought to you by Jobber. It is powered by Jobber. And I'm your host, Jon Margalit. And again, today's topic is how to scale a cleaning business to 10K a month, the math that no one shows you. Welcome, Kayla. I see that you are first here. I'm surprised my mom hasn't logged in yet. That's a first. She's probably in her class at the senior center. But anyway, let's get into it. Most cleaning business owners set goals like they're writing a Christmas list. A little bit of everything, hoping that Santa delivers. You want more clients, better cleaners, higher prices. Maybe you want some type of vacation, and you get none of it. You know why? Because scattered goals produce scattered results. So today I'm going to show you how one single number can change the entire trajectory of your cleaning business. And if you stick around till the end, I'm going to hand you the exact math to figure out what that number is. Let me ask you something really quick to everyone in the audience. I want to ask you something. How many of you woke up this year and said, this is the year I'm going to finally build the cleaning business I actually want? Maybe you wrote something down in a journal. Maybe you told your spouse or your significant other. Maybe you posted something on Instagram so that it would be public and then you'd be held accountable. Goals, dreams, intentions, whatever you want to call them. But here's where it falls apart. Most of you set goals the way broke people manage money. Reactive, emotional, and completely disconnected from the actual math. You say things like, I want to make more money this year. More money than what? More money by when? More money doing how many jobs per week? Because you can't run a business on a vibe. Hey, Eddie, good to see you. A few years ago, I came across a framework from one of my favorite entrepreneurs, Noah Kagan. Some of you might know him from AppSumo. He's the founder, and he was like the 15th guy hired at Facebook. He recently wrote a book called The $1 Million Weekend. And what Noah taught me shifted how I think about goals completely. He said, stop trying to manage 5 priorities at once. Pick one clear, measurable, non-negotiable target, and give it everything you have for 90 days. So I want to reiterate that again. One clear, measurable, non-negotiable target and give it everything you have for 90 days. That hit me hard because that's exactly how I scaled Happy Home Helpers. I didn't try to fix everything at once. I picked a revenue number. I broke it into jobs, and I broke jobs into cleaners. I broke cleaners into hiring weeks, and I worked the math backwards until I had a weekly to-do list instead of a prayer list. That's what today's live is about. If you're watching the replay, that's what this video is about. We're combining Noah's framework with the actual numbers of a cleaning business, the average ticket, the net margin, jobs per week, and we're going to build a real goal, not a wish, a goal. So let's get into it. And real quick before we get into it, I am offering something awesome to everyone who would like to try Jobber. Not only do I have an extended free trial link for you, if you could put that up, Taj, that'd be great. But my team will also give you a free training on how to use Jobber for a cleaning business. And even more specifically, we will show you how we use it to run my multi-million-dollar cleaning business, Happy Home Helpers. So if you want to get a free trial of Jobber, an extended free trial, and you want the free training, it's incredibly valuable. We'll show you how we use every feature and every benefit from the tool to maximize efficiency and ultimately make a lot more money. If you want to do that, go ahead and grab the link, sign up. It's free. And then email me, john@jonmargalit.com. There's my mom. She just came on. Hi, Mom. Email me, john@jonmargalit.com, and just say, hey, I signed up for Jobber with your link, and I would like to get my free training. Tasha is the head of training. She's fantastic. She's been on the show before. She will take you through the training, and that way you'll really know how to use it and get the most out of it and make the most money. Now, back to the framework. I broke it down into 7 steps. So I'm going to start with step number 1. Pick one net profit goal. Net profit. This is not a revenue fantasy. Noah says, stop juggling 10 KPIs. Pick one number and commit to it for 3 months. For cleaning business owners, that number should be your net profit. What actually hits your pocket after all the expenses. Because revenue is a vanity number. Net profit is what reality is. Here's the math that you need to know. The average cleaning job, and I make an average here across the entire country, all the students in the program, is about $251. Your net margin after supplies, cleaners, software, and overhead is roughly, let's be safe here, 20%. Okay, I run as high as 25% and 28%, but even if you ran it at 20%, you wanted to be completely hands-off, you had a bunch of virtual assistants helping you, maybe you have a field supervisor if you're scaled to enough jobs per day, and you're running at 20% to be conservative. All right? That means that every job you complete puts about $50 in your pocket. $251 average ticket times 20% net margin equals about $50.20 take home per job. You want to take home $5,000 a month? You need 100 jobs. You want $10,000 a month? You need 200 jobs. You want $3,000 a month to replace your day job? You need 60 jobs. That's only 15 per week. I'm doing 15 or more per day. Now, granted, I've been doing it a little while, but to put it in perspective, 15 jobs a week is not very much. That's, 3 houses a day for 5 days a week. Typically, cleaning businesses are open 6-7 days a week. But now you're not guessing. You have a target. Pick your number, write it down, and that's your one goal for the next 90 days. Now, keep in mind, too, that a lot of these customers are going to be recurring. So it's not like you have to go out and get new business. You start to stack it, and it compounds. Step number 2, build the spreadsheet. Keep it simple. Work the numbers backwards. Once you have your take-home goal, you work it backwards on paper or in a spreadsheet. It could be, you could just scribble it on paper if you want, but don't skip this step. This is where most people get exposed. They set a goal without ever checking if it's actually achievable with the time and the resources that they have. If your goal is 100 jobs a month and you only have 2 cleaners working 3 days a week, you need to know that now, not in a month or not in month 2 when you have already fallen behind. The spreadsheet forces honesty. It tells you whether your goal requires more cleaners, a higher close rate on estimates, or a longer timeline. Just know your inputs before you commit to your output. That's what you need to take away from step 2. Step number 3, create your GMO. Stands for goal, metrics, outcomes. Noah calls this the GMO framework because most people set a goal and never figure out how to actually track it week to week, but the GMO fixes that. So let's break it down. The G stands for goal. Let's say take home $5,000 in net profit this month. The M stands for metrics, 25 jobs per week. That's 5 quotes sent per week, 1 new recurring client per week. Outcomes is the O. Follow up on every estimate within 24 hours. It doesn't get booked right away. Post 2 pieces of content per week if you're doing content marketing. And ask every satisfied client for a Google review. My point here, don't take it so literally, but I'm trying to give you an example. Your metrics will keep you on track. Your customers are the daily actions that drive the metrics. If you're hitting your outcomes and missing your metrics, something in your conversion is broken. But if you're hitting your metrics and missing your goal, your pricing or margin is the problem. But this framework shows you exactly where to fix it. Step number 4, write it down and put it everywhere. This sounds basic. It is basic. And most of you aren't doing it. Noah has always advocated for putting your goal on sticky notes. Keep it on your phone your locked phone screen. When you look at your screen when it's locked. A lot of people, my old roommate used to put it on his bathroom mirror. Guy's uber successful now. He's a multimillionaire. Everywhere you look, you want to put it. Your brain needs constant exposure to the target to stay focused on it. For cleaning operators, cleaning business owners, I'll take it a step further. Put your goal where your business decisions happen, like on your laptop screen or next to your jobber dashboard. If you're going to an open app, you need to see that number first, because every decision that you make in that particular quarter should be filtered through one question. Does this move me closer to 100 jobs a month? Step number 5, get an accountability buddy. For a lot of you, that's the private community we built. Someone who won't let you off the hook. Maybe that person could be me. Maybe it's your spouse. If you have a business partner, maybe it's your business partner. Not a friend that will tell you it's okay, you'll do better next month. A real accountability partner is someone who calls you out when you're making excuses. Someone who checks in every week and asks to see your numbers, not your feelings about your numbers. If you're in this community, use this community. Post your goals publicly. We have a lot of people in the community in the chat right now. I see Amelia's here, Wu-Tang's here, John, good to see you. Lindsay's here from Southern Cleaning. But if you're in the community, use it. Post your goals publicly. Tell us what you're going after. There's nothing wrong or more motivating than knowing that other people are watching. Accountability without consequence is just journaling. Step number 6, calculate your freedom number first. Before you set any big goal, you need to know your floor. Noah refers to this as the freedom number. It's the bare minimum monthly income that you need to cover everything in your life. Rent, food, utilities, car, cell phone. But that's it. Strip everything else. For most people thinking about starting a cleaning business, that number is somewhere between $2,500 and $4,000 a month on the low end. If you have a family, you might be up to $5,000, $6,000. But most people, that can pay your basic necessities. And that only means, at $3,000 a month, that's 60 jobs. That's 15 jobs a week. That is completely achievable. Even if you had 2 cleaners, 3 cleaners in your first 90 days, you could do 15 jobs a week. Knowing your freedom number removes the fear because you're not chasing some massive dream income right out of the gate. You need some momentum. You just need to replace your paycheck. That's it. Once you hit that number consistently, then you raise the ceiling. Step number 7, set unambitious goals, then crush them. This is the most counterintuitive part of Noah's philosophy, and it's the most powerful because he says that if you hit your yearly goal by July, then you planned it wrong. If you hit it by November or December, then obviously you planned it right. For cleaning business owners, this means to stop trying to go from 0 to 20K a month in 90 days. Set a goal that's slightly uncomfortable but genuinely reachable. Then hit it. Celebrate it. Then set the next one a little bit higher. And again, compounding wins over time beats burning out in month 2 or 3 or every single month. And here's the bonus step that Noah is famous for. This one's really interesting. Lean into this one. Yeah, you. Come on in. Come a little bit closer. If fear is what's stopping you from even getting started, go out and get rejected on purpose. He says to ask for a discount on your coffee. Ask a stranger for directions that you don't need. You have to train your brain to realize that rejection is totally survivable because the fear of hearing no from a potential client is probably the number one thing keeping new cleaning business owners from ever making their first sale. Think about that. Let's go to the quote of the day. Everybody loves the quote of the day. And then I'll show you guys some proof here. A goal without a plan is just a wish. I'm probably going to butcher this guy's name. I found it this morning when I was researching for my show notes. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I think I did that correctly. What this guy is saying is that, well, first, let me back up. He was a pilot, a poet, and a philosopher. And in this one sentence, he cuts through basically every excuse a business owner has ever made. You can't want something with everything that you have, but until you attach a number to it, or a timeline to it, and a daily action to it, it's not a goal. It's just a wish. And wishes don't pay your rent, but plans do. Every step that we went through today is about your wish into a plan. The math, the GMO framework, the accountability, and the freedom number. That's what separates people from growing a cleaning business from people who spend 2 years talking about starting one. It's a great framework. And the lesson here that I want you to take away today is that the most important thing is clarity is a competitive advantage. I always say clarity sells. When you want to quote a customer something as simple as that, fixed pricing is clear. It sells. Don't add things on like a menu and start showing all these additions. The blinds, the oven, the inside the fridge. No. Just add it up to yourself and give the prospect one quote that's just fixed that includes everything. Clarity sells. When you know your goal, your metrics, and your daily actions, that's when you make faster, better decisions than every competitor who's just kind of winging it. And most of them are. Most cleaning businesses fail not because of bad cleaners or bad clients. They fail because the owner was never clear on their number. They never did the math, and it's not hard math. They never wrote it down, probably. They probably never told anybody. They just hoped a little bit harder every month, and then eventually they quit. You're not going to do that. Today, you have the framework. The only thing left is to pick your number and then just freaking start. I also want to leave you with something real today, something that goes deeper than just these business tactics. It's that most people spend their whole lives chasing the feeling of enough money, enough time, enough stability. And they never get there because they never defined what enough actually looks like. They just kept running, kept grinding. And they kept hoping that the number would show up someday. But what we did today is different. We defined it. We said at $50 net profit per job, here's exactly how many jobs I need to replace my income. Here's exactly how many cleaners I need. Here's exactly what I need to do every single week to get to my target. We're removing the fog and we're replacing hope with math. And I'll tell you something. The moment you get that kind of clarity, everything changes. You stop making fear-based decisions. You stop taking low-paying clients just because they called and you're afraid to miss out on the revenue. You stop keeping bad cleaners just because letting them go feels harder or you're afraid that you won't find more. Because you know the number. And every decision either gets you there or it doesn't. That's what my system that I call the invisible boss system is built on. That's what Happy Home Helpers is built on. And I think that's what every single student I've worked with who actually made it big is built on. It's not hustle and manifesting, just numbers, clarity, action, and a repeatable process. So before you close this stream or video, if you're watching on replay, do one thing, just one. Write down your freedom number, not your dream number, your floor number. That's the number that gets you out of your job or whatever situation you're in that you think is a dead end. It gets you out of survival mode. Just write it down, then take $251 and divide it into that number. Then multiply that times 5. That's how many jobs you need a month. That's your goal. That's where you want to start. Of course, if you're serious about building this, drop me a comment or send me a DM, send me an email, and let's hold each other to it. I'll be back tomorrow at noon. Actually, on Friday, I'll be back. Same place, same time. And we're going to go even deeper. I got way more layers to peel back. I'll see you guys then. Thanks so much for tuning in. If this helped you think differently, you're in the right place. Subscribe, stick with me, and let's keep building one episode at a time.